The thing that relieved my gloom is either listening to football commentary or political current affairs on radio. Since soccer is not playing every time, the one that puts me off is incessant power network failure associated with ladies. Hey. Thank God VOP has come to solve that for me. Tony and Nele. Why they cast them now? From Ijagamo. Right, we have Kenya Diaga with us here. How do you unwind? What do you use to keep yourself happy? Because whether we like it or not, we have to. If not, we'll just die, finish.
Well, I watch movies almost every other time.
Okay, say that again, sorry.
I watch movies every other time.
What type of movies? Nollywood?
No, American films. And,
so you know... Of course,
well,
you know that.
I may not know.
Of course,
all
you know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, I know
Clint
the good,
Eastwood.
the bad. That was years back. Mm-hmm. That was years back, sir. But the recent one, American films that
John Wick.
You know,
I wish John Wick will come and kill one politician's dog. No, one politician will kill John Wick's dog. Freedom. We don't get freedom for Nigeria without.
Well, I don't want to be part of that, so that when I leave the studio, I will not be relayed. You never can tell who are those monitoring you.
Because I said John Wick, they should kill John Wick's dog?
That somebody should come and
kill John Wick's dog. You don't know John Wick? You ladies, you know what will happen, Abby? Mm-hmm. All right, welcome. So we're looking at how we can start a business right now with little or no capital. Is there something one could do? How do we go about it?
There are a lot of businesses that people can start with, especially if you are focused and you are intentional about it. The little businesses you can start with little or not too much money, the likes of selling pure water, the likes of selling drinks, the likes of selling some edible foods and fruits. These ones you can start and you make something within a short period of time, and you can grow such business, provided you are not the flamboyant whereby you sell and then you eat into your capital. So, but if you are intentional about it and you know where you're going, you are likely going to make a whole lot of money and grow that business to become an employer of labor. And that is the reason why the likes of Indian, China, and the rest are working strong in small and medium-scale businesses, because that's where the economy, or that's where the real business is. If you can start with that and you grow it, then the sky is the limit. For all the big ones that have done it, the likes of Bill Gates and the rest of them, they started low, small, and they expanded.
But you know, a lot of small businesses have died, and they say many, what do you call it, do not even last up to 2, 3, 5 years.
That's why I said if you are intentional, that is, if you are deliberate about the business, you will grow and expand. For instance, somebody starts a business and they just feel, I heard that they are making, somebody is doing that business and is making thousands in a week. You don't know how he or she starts that business, how he or she is going about that business, and you jump into it. Definitely you can't go far. You can only get a little as that person has gotten in the first instance, and then bam, you are off. But the moment you are deliberate about it and you have a focus, it's like small businesses are long-term businesses. So you already know that, my target is another 5-10 years, not just 1 year. Because if you start a small business and you are thinking of growing that business in just 1 year, no, it's not visible. It's not as if you can't grow it. You can, but you can't go far.
So the idea now is when you start, stay focused and determined where you are.
Yeah.
Don't jump from one to the other. You hear that, Kuli Kuli is selling today. You enter Kuli Kuli.
Exactly.
You leave pure water, you sell Kuli Kuli. So you now become jack of all.
And master of none.
What if you're able to master all?
Yeah, well, it depends. You can master all depending on the capital you are deploying. Because you cannot deploy the same capital for different products. and expect that they will make something. I know of a woman that starts as little as 10,000 some years back selling yam, just buying yam and reselling. Today, she's a supplier of yam in an area. She has a truck that goes to the north to get the yam, bring to Lagos, and the buyers are already lined up, waiting for her to come and get them distributed to them. In fact, she's a proud businesswoman because she, and then they say, your akara is this or that, you know. Out of that, you may be discouraged and say, I can't continue.
I wanted to say something about a woman like that, friend that has a little shoe glass and all that. Okay, they don't really use shoe glass that much. The ones who do puff and egg roll and stuff. I see a lot of them who do that are very consistent.
Yeah.
They stay with it. Some never expand more than that. Maybe some have branches. I really do not know. But from that small thing, I think they may be making something. If not, they wouldn't have stayed.
Of course, they do. But what should be paramount in any edible food is the serenity where they are operating from. And then they need to be, they need to be very clean, you know. And whatever thing they are deploying, people must see it to be very clean and well taken care of. Otherwise, by the time you start and you start making money, it may be a time when some other person, maybe as a result of not having good health, go to consume such thing and it affects such person. Of course, that is the end of that business. Because people will say, oh, it was after he ate this thing or that this happened to him or her. So it's better
Even if
for
maybe
you.
it's a coincidence.
Exactly, it could be coincidence. But it's better for you to be as neat as possible to what you are doing. Even when people see how you prepare such thing, they will be the one to invite more people to come. Ask me, all the amala joints, the bukas that we see, despite the fact that they are not being operated, some are not being operated where it's a clean environment. You still see people rushing there. And then you'll be wondering, you imagine what is driving them.
You see now, nowadays you get to find places where they make some of these things. The people deliberately prepare those things there. You watch them prepare what you want, you know, and you get what you want from them on the go, steamy hot and all that. And then you now take a look at the fact that sometimes when one is starting the small business, time and chance could also happen. I take another cue from the woman you talked about who did yam business starting with 10K.
Yeah.
10,000 naira now is just like one tuber of yam.
Exactly.
And some people can't even afford the 10K.
Exactly.
How can somebody who would want to do that business?
If it's yam business, you cannot think of the lowest amount you can deploy right now should be in the range of 20 to 50,000.
How many yam be that? Maybe not three.
Well, even at that, you will still see some people who want to buy, not because they couldn't buy from a bigger store or a better store or something, but maybe because you are closer to them, and so they are thinking of if they have to go a distance to get what they want, it may cost. There could be additional cost, so they would rather prefer to buy from somebody who is closer to them and immediate, and then they are off.
And somebody who is able to start with that figure that you talked about now, and maybe you're able to get maybe 3 to 4 tubers. Yeah. Can you start a business with something as limited or as small as that, 3 to 4?
Of course. Let's imagine somebody who is selling pure water. It starts with just one bag. How many do you have in a bag? Maybe 20 pieces. And so under 30 minutes or so, that 20 pieces sachet can be consumed. So it means that with that time, the person has another time to get more to buy. So it can kind of recall the product. That is, he buys and say, I remember while I was in the north, in the primary school, I sell mineral for my parents. Yes, we sell mineral, we sell water. And in fact, the crates that we use, you know, the mineral crates then. When we go to the railway station, everybody is fast. If you're not fast, you cannot sell. I sell
Because
as,
the train is moving?
exactly. No, it has a time of moving.
Oh.
And when people buy from you, they delay taking the drink because of the bottle. They don't want to return the bottle, and so you now have to run after them.
They want to take the bottle away.
Exactly, because when they get to another station, they want to buy mineral. Maybe they don't want to stay and take it there. So that bottle will help them to give and collect. So I sell as much as 2-3 crates in a train when the train arrives. You get it? And so the moment I sell 1 crate, I go quickly. There is a shop close to the railway station there that will just buy again another crate, go back to sell. Before you know it, maybe the train is staying for, especially when the train is delayed for like 1 hour. I sell like 3 crates. So, and I mean, it was a flourishing business at that time. And there are so many of us in it. So it depends on how fast and diligent you are about it. Otherwise, you may just sell just 1 crate, even below a crate. And when you say below a crate, you are not making any gain, because then the gain on every crate was just 30 naira. So 30 kobo at that time. So you can imagine having 30 kobo on a crate of drink. I mean, how do you go with that? So we need to sell more to be able to have more gain. Otherwise, that 30 kobo is consumed already. Yes. So these are some of the things.
You can join the conversation, also share experience. If you have, you can share your experience. 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, or 0817 175 6338, 0817 175 6338. You could send a message to that number too, and also call. Share with us if you've had any of these experiences he's been talking about. If you've lived them, you could also tell us, and we'll be glad to learn from you too. Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. May we know your name? Please turn down the volume on your radio. Thank you.
My name is Ebube.
All right, Ebube, go ahead.
From Osho.
All right.
Yeah, you see, I fry akara. And in this akara, I've employed so many people
Wow.
who are carrying to go and sell. I tell you, with their 15,000 naira, they will buy their materials they use in selling it. And so many of them they've built houses. There is a particular woman right now. She bought 20,000 naira akara. And she's going to sell it before 1 o'clock. She's off the market. That woman has rented shops that she's using to take care of her family. You see, it's for people to understand and be serious with whatever they do, and believe that whatever they do, they can make means from it. If you believe in it, and remove shame. Shame is another thing that brings people down. I am a man of 60 years, and I am doing this. 3 o'clock, I'm off the bed, and I start doing it. My children, they're in the university. When they come, they will want to come and join to sell. They will carry akara, they will go and buy bread, book bread, they will go and sell. So one of them said his exam is finishing next week, that he's coming back because he wants to come and join. They are always eager to make money. You see, people should understand all these things. That you should be serious with whatever thing you're doing. Remove shame.
Sir,
Somebody like me, I sold my shame to people who need it.
you sold your
And they're
shame
walking
to
about
people
with
who...
it.
Sir, how long have you been doing this?
Because somebody will tell you, I finished school since 2 years ago. I've been looking for work. Why there are work you can engage yourself and make money?
Can you hear me, sir?
I used to tell people.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, I asked, how long have you been doing this, and how do you do it so much so that people come to collect from you?
I have done it since 25 years now. I've been on it.
Wow.
And when people, because I'm not boasting, people say I'm the best in the whole world. Like you were saying, it's customers that tells you how your food is.
Mm.
You are not the one that will say I am the best. It's customers that will tell you that.
So the
like,
way you do it, people come to count from you.
Yes. You know, your guest there said neatness. Just few minutes ago, a woman said, I don't eat akara outside. But when I look at you and your environment, you know, it made me know that what you're doing is good. She came and bought bread because I sell it with bread. You understand me? And she bought like 700 naira stuff and went away. I said, by the grace of God, you will come back. And that is it. And he talk of sugar. You showcase your market in the show glass, not putting it on the tray where dust and all those things will be blowing on it. And you know that kind of a thing. Hygiene is very important in the food when you are preparing your food. These are the things people look at.
I don't know. Maybe one of these days, if you're free, we'll see how. If we can work around it, so that maybe to be nice for him to come live here.
Exactly.
Okay, can we get the number? Are you able to get that number out? He will come live. Maybe you'll be there, and he can share real life experiences.
Exactly.
People ask questions and see how many lives can be touched from that.
Yeah.
But we'll liaise with the GM Shegu, who produces the program. Let's see what can be done to have him come to the studio.
Yeah.
And we'll share experiences.
That's
with
how
him.
businesses grow. You can imagine the man say he's been.
People who
wants-
need it,
That is what it's all about. You don't wait until government provide you everything that you need. On your own, you can start something. Like the one these are experiences I've known, I've seen. The person who started selling pure water at Akpongbon started just by. It's not even pure water then. You know, just ordinary water. I will pour
It's
it.
a nylon.
Exactly. And suddenly the guy just felt, I can repackage this thing. He bought a sealing machine where he sealed the nylon, and he was doing it. And then he was selling. Then people were like, everybody was going to him to buy. At Akpongbon there, some years back, before we knew it, the guy started bottling into this thing, PET bottles.
Is the water treated?
That's what I'm going at. That's where I'm going now. So he was doing that way until when I think what's that called?
NAFDAC?
NAFDAC came around and they saw where he's producing this thing, and they said, look, we are not saying it's a bad thing, but make sure you purify it. And so he started buying some chemicals to purify it. Before they knew it, he started selling bottled water, and he was competing with the likes of Swan, Ragolis, and the rest at that time. Before they knew what was happening, the guy has extended his business, has expanded his business, and people were rushing him because the price was okay with them compared to the other ones, and well treated like those other ones would have been treated. So,
Is it still available now?
that's what I wouldn't know. I'm sure it can't be at Akpongbon. He would have moved out of that place.
And that is one thing with businesses here too. Longevity
Exactly.
is a challenge with businesses here. You
Yeah.
end up, will no one do again, our children and all this. And
But you
it
see,
can
in
be
any
painful.
business you are doing, that is why I said it's a long-term business, and it's a business that you must think of who succeeds you. I want to take a cue from the banking subsector now, where we have some people who had single-handedly had their banks. Today, the banks are still functioning, they are still there. And then you'll be wondering how come. It is simply because the real mover and the owners of those banks at that time had drawn a plan of how they can be succeeded.
If
And
anything does happen.
Exactly. So these are some of the things. But if you feel, I want to do this business, and you are not thinking of the future, you are just thinking of the immediate, definitely the business will not outlive you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and it's not the best.
0700-9033. You could call. And we just heard his name was, sorry, I missed the name. Ebuka, he said.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And he shared his story with us. The line went off, but he was able to tell us how he managed to do his own thing and got to a point where even his family, his children are eager to be a part of it. People who've tapped from him, that's not the kind of blessing that they tap into, and are doing the business too.
Yeah.
They too are progressing and doing well. It's all about building and holding the legacy. Don't just build, hold on to the legacy, and at the right time you plant it. When you need to go, somebody will pick it up and continue from there. I apologize, the lines keep dropping, no fault of ours why it's happening. So as I said, and I would always say, it may just be the fact that we are having the load shedding already in the telco, and nobody has really come out to say yes or no to what I have been saying. Kenny?
Well, sometimes I imagine whether Nigeria is part of the world in terms of technology. Why? Because where the technology is driven to, or is now, and then Nigeria is thinking of getting there. But where we're starting from, we still can't perfect it. All the telcos in Nigeria, I'm wondering whether they want a competition, or they just want to tell us they will just provide certain things for us because they feel that is where we are. Because ordinarily, these are things that are working elsewhere, even where their home country, where they came from. So if they can perfect it in their home country, what stops them from perfecting it here in Nigeria? Is it that is a climate problem, or is it a government problem, or what? I don't understand. Because you can imagine, like we are here now, somebody is trying to call in and they can't get through, and then you'll be wondering, should that person want to strike a business deal? How will that person get on with it?
When you have an emergency.
You can imagine. So it's a disturbing thing. And I think the telcos should do something more. They need to go another level so that they can provide the services that is needed. Otherwise, over time, they may be out of business in Nigeria, and we may probably find an alternative that we can be using. In the past, we grew.
We'll be using gong.
Yes, it's even cheaper and easier. You can quickly hear that such. Yes, now, because I don't understand. We are growing yet we are not moving.
I say we are anyway. Let me not say that thing anymore. Let me not speak evil. Good morning. Don't despise the days of small beginnings. I remember 1991, my mom taught us how to make soya beans, turn it to milk, to bean cake, even chocolate drinks. Now that I've grown up, my wife wonder, how do you know all this? My mom, she is a nurse, but we make money from it then. Kenny Young, nice. You see, teaching the children, that helps too.
Yeah.
In the West, you have them get the children to sell lemonade, sell cookies and all that, indirectly showing them the art of doing business.
Yeah. And I think our mothers, let me push it to our mothers. They need to develop this art.
Our mothers can.
Yes.
Or our parents.
Our parents, our mothers. They are
let's our parents.
No, let me say why I say mothers. They are more closer to the children.
You think so now before?
No, even now, they are closer to the children because one, the man is out.
The woman is out too. Now days, may I take this call? I'm coming back to this now. Days now. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Welcome, sir. Your name?
Thank you. This is Columbus Chukwudebere.
Welcome, Columbus. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, sorry. I'm not ringing the bell today. A mark of respect to one of us who passed on.
Yes, I really understand.
I apologize. If you call tomorrow, I'll postpone it to tomorrow for you. I promise.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right.
My condolences to VOP and the family of Tepedem.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I greet your case.
Yeah, Mr. Kenny Adiaga, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm really getting what your discussions about the small scale, like especially in that Akara on. Please, I want to ask this little question because you're talking about growing from little. Then that somebody who is frying akara with small money and considering the cost of things, oil and beans now, and at the end of the day, the little money profit he makes goes into the feeding the family. You understand? Tomorrow it continues. How will the person please give some suggestions on how the person will make it, because every day by day the profit enters into feeding. You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
All right.
That's my question.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well, let me respond this way. Give or take, you may be making. Let's assume in a day you are making 2,000 naira, and you have a family of maybe 2 or 3
Well, 6.
or 6.
That is 6 children, no, plus your wife 7 plus
Good.
you 8.
Good. From the 2,000 naira you are making, deny yourself of certain things. Like somebody, a pastor, I've forgotten his name now, said, not eating at all will not kill you. Yes, not eating in a day will not kill you. That water can sustain you. Fruits can sustain you.
That is sounding like Miles Monroe.
You get it? So now, you need to deny yourself of, out of the 2,000 naira, take 500 naira of it to keep and save. You can spend 1,005 from the profit you make to feed your family. But that 500 naira, don't tamper with it.
Okay.
That 500 naira the next day will become 1,000. And in 1 week, before you know it, you'll be having at least 3,000.
Okay.
So that 3,000 will multiply your business.
All right, let's take this one. Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Nelson Wangwa.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, I greet your guest.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just want to give a little advice to the person that just dropped call now.
Okay.
It's like our guest have already said what I want to say. If the person can be saving even 100 naira in a day, or even 200 naira, you wouldn't know the time what that very little money will turn into big money. But as little as 200 naira or 100 naira that you are looking at is a very big thing. The most important thing is to be saving. No matter how you spend on the family, you find a way of.
How are you?
I am Ebube. You called me Ebuka. It's not Ebuka.
I know there was somewhere. I forgot the one that followed the But sir, we're going to reach out to you, and I was wondering if it was going to be a possibility for you to stroll to the studio one of these days and let's have a face-to-face chat on the radio. People can talk to you and you can drop an advice or two based on what you've lived as a reality. Is it doable?
I will try my best.
Okay, sir. The
The
producer.
one thing I want to correct,
Okay.
somebody that said, how are you going to be saving money?
Yes.
You see, oil is costly. Beans is costly. That is one thing I do. My food is a very good one. I mean, it is quality. Some people are selling 50 naira, while I sell 100 naira.
Mm.
And yet, people prefer my own. And I will make sure I will cut my product to the standard that I can be able to save money to buy, to prepare another.
Mm.
Again.
Okay. So I have to go now. This conversation we must do live. Please, we must liaise with you for us to do it live so that more people can get this directly from you. Yourself, Mr. Kenny Adiaga, we are going to work out a time. The producer will please reach out to you. So please do oblige us. Thank you so much, sir. Saibube, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kenny Adiaga, finally. Bye-bye, sir. All right, finally.
Well, my last word to any small and medium scale enterprise is for them to know that it's a long-term race. It's not a short-term race that can earn them what they desire. And then they must put into consideration, like the last caller said, quality. When you have quality, of course, the patronage will be there and you can have more money as against trying to cut corners.
All right. Thank you so much, Kenny Ajaga.
my
He's
pleasure.
not just an economic analyst. He is one who understands this act very, very well, and he has come to share with us what we could do. And I hope that something positive came out of the session, even as you listened to us. And we had Mr. Ebube sharing his life work with us, and we're hoping that we'll have him in the studio live, and we can get to, talk with him firsthand. We'll be working towards that. I must thank you very much for having been a part of the program today. We'll be back tomorrow. That will be at 7 a.m. That'll be me anyway. I thank you very much, Temitope Oyefolu, for the work you've done with me today. Thank you. Kenny Adiaga, I thank you again.
Thank you,
and
Laura.
Shegu Belly Adeniji had been the coordinator of this segment. If you want to advertise with us, please call 0912 666 9908. 0912-666-9908. Please call, advertise with us, and I'm sure you wouldn't regret it. I'm Cordelia Obey. Follow on socials. Bye-bye.